Hello and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of May 10th, 2018. I'm Christina Rees.
And I'm Brandon Zech.
We're in Los Angeles. Right now we're in an Airbnb in mid-Wilshire. We're going to do a top 5 about Texas, however, so we'll just jump right in.
But number 5, we actually, weirdly enough, saw in LA. It's a video by Mungo Thomson called American Desert for Chuck Jones. We saw this at the Museum of Contemporary Art here in LA.
Today, a couple of hours ago.
But it's actually on view right now at the MFA Contemporary at Heights Mercantile. It's this new shopping complex and everything that the MFAH happens to have a little space in.
So this is a video. It's charming. Mungo Thomson has taken all of these Roadrunner cartoons, Wile E, Coyote, and Roadrunner cartoons. He's edited it so that Wile E, Coyote, and the Roadrunner are not in the cartoons at all. So it's just all of these kind of long, sort of steady shots of the desert landscape as drawn by the Chuck Jones group.
It's pastoral, if a desert could be pastoral. There's, a babbling brook. There's a train coming out of a tunnel, and it's the most boring 30 minutes you'll ever watch of cartoons.
Yeah, it's boring, but it's funny. It's recognizable as the Great Southwest of the United States, and it's just amusing. And it's on in Houston and in Los Angeles at the same time.
And in Houston, it'll be up through July, so you have time. Go see it. Number 4 this week is a show by Momoyo Torimitsu at the Noël Art Museum of the Permian Basin.
It's in Odessa. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. Noël isn't known for showing particularly progressive or international work necessarily. There is a new director there, relatively new director there. There's a relatively new curator there. And they did do a Warhol show, a Warhol print show last year. I think they borrowed the work from Texas Tech's print collection. So this Japanese-born, New York-based artist, these are these two gigantic inflatable pink bunny rabbits that are really kind of roiled up in a very enclosed space. I am so curious to see this in Odessa. She's critical of all of the cuteness that abounds out of Japanese pop culture. We were in Little Tokyo today in Los Angeles, and I mean, it's cuteness overload for sure. This looks great. I mean, the images are very compelling, and just the fact that it's taking place in Odessa is also compelling. So if you're passing through there, or if you're out in Midland, Odessa, or that region, I think that you should go check it out.
Number 3 this week is a show of recent work by Julia Curran, and it is in Kingsville at the Ben Bailey Art Gallery at Texas A&M. So Julia, she's based in St. Louis, but she actually went to Texas A&M Corpus Christi for her MFA. She's a printmaker. I saw some of her work recently at It Came From the Bayou event at St. Arnold's Brewery in Houston. These are really great reductive screen prints and woodcuts and some pieces that merge the two processes. She's commenting on capitalism and consumerism and masculinity. Because the style that prints are, it can be easy to create powerful ones, but at the same time, the technique that she's using is great, and her screen prints are so complex and so intricate that it really exceeded my expectations.
So number 2 this week is Ronald Watson. The show is called Voyage. Ronald Watson, long-time Fort Worth artist and also a professor at TCU. He had since retired. He died last week. He had a very long, fruitful career and life. Jim Woodson, his colleague, also a longtime professor and painter from TCU, also retired, curated the show. It's at Artspace 111 in Fort Worth. I think this was a long time in the planning. It's going to be a semi-retrospective as far as I can tell. A lot of new work. Some of Ron's newest work will be in the show, as well as work ranging all the way back to about 30 years. He's been very consistent with geometry, pattern, planes, angles, the meaning of angles, and allowing the way that the viewer moves around the piece to give the piece movement. He was very influenced by Albers, by Buckminster Fuller. He will be missed. This show opens tonight on Thursday in Fort Worth. I think a lot of people will be there. I think it's an excellent way to honor the life and work of Ronald Watson.
And number 1 this week is Landscapes, Portraits, and Still Lives. That's the name of a group show that's opening at a new artist-run space in Austin.
Yeah.
The space is called DORF, D-O-R-F.
Yep, it's Eric Monch and Sarah Vanderbeek. They've opened up a space. It is in South Austin. This is also in conjunction with West, the West Austin Studio Tour. This is a group show. We know these artists. It's going to be good. It's Vincent Valdez. It's Joey Farso. It's Jules Buck-Jones.
Ana Fernandez, Raul Gonzalez.
Sarah Vanderbeek is in it as well. This should be a really nice, good Austin kickoff party. Basically, we're excited about the space. We're excited to see what they do within the future. This is a very solid beginning, and this will be the thing to do in Austin this weekend. So we're going to head out, and in the meantime, back in Texas, please go see some art.
Go see some art.